Bindu, you can hear the
Bindu, you
music.
can hear the music.
What is this extra thing coming? Bindu, you can hear the music? I'm not sure, I can't hear you. Let me just try this. Okay.
Bindu, you can hear the music.
Yeah. Okay. Friends, let's do the half an hour meditation first. Remove your spectacles with divine guidance from Brahma Shri Pitama Patriji, Mahavtar Babaji, GFOL, Ramta Master, and all the beings who are interested in ensuring that this course becomes a great success. To all the divine mothers, goddesses, who are ensuring that all the feminine energies comes through because of this course. I request your divine support and guidance, and then we'll start this meditation. Close your eyes, clasp your hands, clasp your legs. Take a deep breath and prepare for the meditation. We'll start off with a relaxation, and then we will go through the meditation. Let's focus on each part of the body, and then ask the body parts to relax. The way to relax is, imagine that you've just ran for a distance and then you've just now sat down, and then you're going to take a deep out breath. Something like that, right? With your nose. So just continue to take a longer out breath. Most of your organs will relax. Okay, we'll start with our head. My head is relaxed. My forehead is relaxed. My eyes are relaxed. My face is relaxed. Any tensions and stresses in the shoulders and neck are relaxed. Just let it go. Let the body become loose. The upper part of the back and lower part of the back, both are relaxed. If you need back support, please take it. The upper chest, the belly, and the hips, one by one, relax and relax and relax. My thighs are relaxed. Calf is relaxed. My feet are relaxed. Let's relax our soul. From top to bottom, every single part of our body, including our hands, is well rested and relaxed and relaxed and relaxed. With one more wave of relaxation coming through, my head region is completely relaxed. All the stresses, tensions, to-do list, let's keep everything aside. My face is relaxed. My shoulder, my arms, everything is relaxed. back part of the upper back, lower back is relaxed. My chest is relaxed. My stomach is relaxed. And all the organs surrounding the stomach are completely relaxed. My hip portion is relaxed. My thighs, calf, feet, sole, they're all completely relaxed and relaxed and relaxed. All the trillions of cells in my body, let's command all of them to completely relax wherever they are. You can continue the relaxation or go on to the Anapanasati meditation where you'll just be observing your breath. And keep continuing to come back to the breath if you are distracted at some point. Slowly come back to your body consciousness. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Keep your hands on your eyes and open your eyes with a beautiful smile. Welcome, friends, to day 7 of Divine Design. Day 7 only, right? Yeah, I think it's day 7. Day 7 of Divine Design. And it's really nice to see actually all of you on a day of holiday as well. I wanted to finish this so that for Deepavali you will be free, right? I mean, in North India, is Diwali over? I don't know. Only in South India we seem to have Diwali right now. I don't know that. This is something very confusing for me. But I thought 12th, 13th, and 14th was Diwali. At least here in India, in South, it's like that. Anyway, so I'm sure all of you are finding this Divine Design book comfortable. If you have any questions, please do ask. Even when you are reading it by yourself, if you have any questions, doubts, or something, please do ask. See, one thing, friends, this book might sound boring to many people. There is nothing to practice. There is nothing to do. It's sort of slow, but it's a very important book because even yesterday, as I was doing my fitness, even I got some insights about something new which I never knew at all. I've read this book once, and I've also read similar books for the last 2 years. But what I got yesterday was very profound, and I did not really think in that direction at all in the past. So, and if you see, most of the people who have joined this course are all ladies. So now it's the time for the divine feminine to wake up. Why is it? Remember, we spoke about that God, and when that God got separated like this, the feminine energy and the masculine energy got separated, because in that union there is nothing to do. It's all union, right? It is all that state of oneness. They are in that state of completion. There is nothing to do. So only when they go separated, they will get an opportunity to do something different, to explore the possibilities. So when they basically came separated like this, and Prakriti basically went on in the process of mirroring herself, right? And Purusha was basically watching, observing. Through Purusha only, everything is going. The energy is coming from here, but the action is happening here, right? So this is called the masculine. The masculine was majorly in dominance at that time. This action, this rajas, they call this rajas. You know, 3 gunas, right? If you've heard about the 3 gunas, the sattvic, the sattva, the rajasic, and the tamasic. So when any action happens, when any action is happening, it's the divine masculine that is majorly in predominance. And when the masculine is in predominance, there is no oneness, there is no unity, right? There is always Manjula, can you please go on mute? Yeah. So there is always a sense of what else can I do? What else are the possibilities? That kind of thing. And in each spark that went ahead, this divine masculine and this divine feminine were now separated. And then everybody had an imbalance, which is what is called Prakriti, right? In Prakriti, these 3 gunas, they say everything apart from this Purusha, everything else that is made in Prakriti are all made up of the 3 gunas, which are called the Sattva, Rajas, and the Tamas. And 100% divided by 3 is definitely not perfect. There is always some amount of imbalance. So in this 3 gunas, always something will be more than the other 2, always. And as you keep coming towards the evolution phase, as you keep progressing in the path of evolution, your sattvic state has to increase, because in that state of union, it is the sattvic state only that is predominant. And sorry, as it is coming closer, the sattvic state is predominant. And then once it comes, merges, there is nothing. Everything is 100%, because that balance, this one will do. This will be an imbalance, right? When only they come in contact, that 1% of imbalance will get completed, and then they'll become that nirgun, nirakar, perfect gunatit. They call that gunatit stage, which means it is beyond the gunas. There is no imbalance at all. There is only that perfect state of balance. So as we evolve ourselves, we will eventually increase our sattvic state. In the process of, so now Rajas is in the center, Tamas is in the bottom. Tamas, there is no action. We are complaining. Knowledge is coming, and we saw yesterday that opportunities are equal for everybody. The evolutionary opportunities are equal for everybody. In some way or the other, opportunities are equal. But how much of opportunities we use depends on these 3 gunas. And how are these 3 gunas playing? Based on the experiences that we get. And how did the experiences come? Based on our past lives and everything. And we have made certain belief systems. We have made some nature within ourselves, the way we respond, the way we behave. So we are unique. Okay. Even if we think that somebody in the higher realms or somebody, they know better than us, we are wrong. We are unique. They are also unique. In that, if one is in the highest state of sattva, definitely the opportunities of understanding the potentials, the potential futures and all are much higher. But what we do, right, is very unique to us, and nobody can be able to predict what actually we will do. It is a state of understanding that we may go in the direction by analyzing the gunas. So future is unknown. Future is always unknown, and there is always, in Prakriti, there is always imperfection. Okay, you should never think that somebody is perfect. Even all the demigods and gods and Shivas and all that, nobody is perfect. Only in that union they're perfect. And if they were in that union, they don't exist. It's all that state of rest. So basically, yesterday when I was before coming to that, so all of us in this class are all majorly ladies who have joined. So which means our feminine energies are predominant, or we want to explore being a feminine. And we have been in male bodies in the past, and now we are trying to be in the female bodies. So, and we have come during this shift phase. So what does it mean? It means, and why are we in this class in the first place? This class or many other classes, meditation or gratitude and all that. Why is it that you may have spread it to so many people, but why is it that they're not attending the classes? Or even if some are attending the classes, some are very diligent, some are very consistent. That is one level. Some are attending the classes, not consistent, not diligent. That is one level. Some are doing recordings very consistently and then doing it offline. That is one level. And then, so there are different levels of commitment, different levels of sincerity and all that. And that is again coming from the balance of the 3 gunas and where you stand in your state of evolution. Opportunities are given to you. Some may use it immediately. Some may need it immediately. Some may use it immediately. Some may need it maybe after 10 years. Some may need it after 2 years. But now seeds are getting planted so that you need it for some other point. Because I didn't ask you to come. I sent the meeting invite because for me, I felt that inner calling that I have to do this class. But you only signed up for this course, which means you had that inner instinct. There was an inner calling to come to this course, right? So you all have to understand that there is a reason why you are attending this book, and there is something in this book which you will, some knowledge in this or something is going to clear some blocks within you all. Every single knowledge that comes is basically tapping that is lighting up some parts of your inner being. Some part of the library is getting opened up. From inside you, some part of the library is getting opened up. And now that the library is open, at some point in time when your energy matches, you will actually have an aha moment and you'll be able to use this knowledge in some point in your life. It may become a part of your life. So don't take this very lightly. And it is very important that in this process of evolution, where each of us have to do it separately. If I grow and go off to that evolutionary state, there is no use, because now the period is such that we have to carry people along. We can't go alone. We can only work on ourselves, definitely, and we can increase our light and all that. But in the process, have you seen that all the people, not even 1% different, as they go on the evolutionary path, they become teachers? Every single person becomes a teacher. So it is a process, and not just, and let's say even if they go to the higher realms, you've seen people doing channeling books and all that. So Ramta Master has done it, Seth has done it. So many people have done it. Palladians have done it. Many people have done it. So they're constant, because they understand that the entire reality is me only. Now, let's say you are looking at the entire reality. Now there are 20 different kinds of people in your life, and you feel a sense of love towards one person. I mean, real unconditional love towards one person, but then you don't feel love towards the other part of the other people, which means you have there is a lot of messages that you need to get from all of those people and learn from that. Which means what all they are giving you are the obstacles that are inside you to basically go forward in your life. So you will never get to this point until every single person in your life becomes like you, or becomes a reflection of you in the true sense. And it's a task in itself, and it will not complete even after you get enlightenment. It will go on its own journey, which is why you may even have zero karma at some point in time, but you will still see that there are so many things in the reality that needs help. So there is always a lot of work in this journey, and then and the only way to be happy in life and enjoy this journey is to go closer and closer and closer to your true state, to your soul state, which is, this is that 6% came down, I told you right yesterday. So you have to bridge that 94%. You have to bridge that 94% now. And we don't know which percentage we are in, how much we have bridged. No, we don't know. But you can basically look at that based on the reflection that you have around you. And how much of sadness you have inside, how much of judgment you have inside, how much of bias you have inside, how much of good, bad, and ugly you have inside. Which means how much of, if you look at somebody, how much, what do you think? Do you think that they are also you only? Or forget about you, they are at least giving you a message. Are you there yet? At least, are you there yet? Oh, they are giving me a message. There is something for me to learn. That is at least the first step. Then you'll see yourself in them. Then you'll see God in them also, God in you also. So that's a level, different stages. But we need to start somewhere, right? So this book is definitely going to help you get that foundation. So don't take it lightly. Okay, so we will go to the second chapter. And these practices like gratitude and all that, if some of you have been in the class, the practices like gratitude and other things will really help you, and will really help you strengthen that sattva that is inside you. The more you focus on this in making yourself sattvic, you will have rajas inside you. At least you will get out from the tamasic state. Tamasic state, when you sleep and all, that is not what you're talking about. We are talking about the way you judge people, the way you think. Those kinds of tamasic states is what I'm going to call. So in the rajas, we will always be in action mode. We will always be trying to fulfill some desire. We will always be trying to go behind something, and then which is at some point it is okay, because you'll anyway have to reach some state of sattva over a period of time. So which is okay, but you have to take rajas mostly like a bridge to get to sattva. In sattva, you will still be doing action. There is nothing like in sattva you'll just be like, oh, straight. No, it's not like that. In sattva also you will be doing action, but that action will not, you will not have any expectations of results. You will be in complete surrender. You will be in complete acceptance. You will still be working. You will still be doing your office jobs. You will be doing everything, but your mind will be in sattva. Your mind will be calm. Your mind will be stable, composed. There is that agitation will not be there. That wanting to rush to something else will not be there. So the more you get to sattva, the predominant side, if you're anchored mostly in sattva, then what will happen? Your journey becomes a lot more easier, and your light inside will start continuously improving. And gratitude is a journey to get you there. And you can't expect yourself to say, hey, I wrote gratitude yesterday, but today I'm getting the same points. I'm not able to think beyond I'm thank you for my brushing, thank you for my water, thank you for my food. I'm not able to get beyond that. You can say, but yesterday you were a different person, today you are a different person. Every cell of your body has changed, and every moment is different. So many things have actually changed, but you think that you wrote it yesterday because it looks similar, but it is actually looking similar, but it is not similar. It is not the same. So even if you're, see, yesterday also you brushed, today also you brushed. Yesterday I can thank, but today I should not thank, and I feel bored to thank. So people are getting bored because they want excitement and fun and everything in everything. And this is the rajasic and tamasic state, which is actually inside the body. So to get to that state of sattva, you should calm down. You should be able to say, it's okay. I'm going to do what I am going to do. That duty, sense of duty consciousness has to come. When the duty consciousness comes, whether you get results, whether you don't get results, whether you are expecting yourself to be entertained in gratitude, that is not the idea. You're expecting yourself to be more, what do you say, happy during gratitude, may not be that idea, because we don't know how much of holes we have in our life. And gratitude is a journey which is going to help you train to become closer to the soul, because unless we learn to become a human being, we can't get to the state of divinity inside us. Divinity is definitely inside us, but we need to cross that animality. Then we need to cross becoming a human, and then only we can become divine. They say, right, in Upanishads, they say first you will be a Vanar, then you'll be a Nar, then only you can become a Narayan. So you have to first work on your lower chakras, which is all your fears and this and that, which is keeping you in that tamasic state. Then you'll become a human being, where you'll, of course, still have other many things, and you'll go behind desires. You'll become better than a human being, better than a you'll be able to think, use your intellectual capacity and all those things. And then you have to become a Narayan, where in the state of Narayan, you are not behaving like a human being who wants results, who wants excitement, who wants entertainment for every single activity that they're doing. He knows this is my duty and this is what I'm going to do. Like how the sun is. Sun knows that is his duty. And Narayan knows that what is his duty, sustenance. He'll do his work. So like that, we have to just continue to keep doing our duty. Yesterday also we got the same gratitude. Today also we're going to get the same gratitude. But I'm going to show up to write gratitude every single day. Because I want to grow in my life. I want to consistently move in this journey, because I know I'm going to fall. I have a lot of tendency. See, as long as we are anchored in that state, then we have a solid habit to take along. But if you're not anchored in a certain level, we will keep falling down. The tapping has to keep increasing. The percentage has to keep increasing. Otherwise, what will happen? We'll keep falling down also. Like you can't live, let's say from here to that point, mountaineering, if you have to climb, you have to hook yourself to gratitude and then only climb. You can't say that I'm going to stay in the center like this only. You can't live there, right? In the center of that mountain, on the thread. You'll either fall down or you'll have to climb yourself up. So it is important for you to understand that you have to be a lot more serious about yourself. Okay, don't, in every single moment of your life, in every single interaction of your life, in every single interaction with your family members, with people and all of those things, you have to watch yourself. So like, and you have to understand what they are telling you, and understand that whatever they are telling you is actually inside yourself, inside you. What you think is inside them is actually inside you. So like that, those clues and all have to keep coming, and you'll have to keep working. Every day we get such stuff. We can't rest at all. We are not here to rest. We are here to evolve. And see, why are we here to evolve? Because we are here to understand what we are not. What we are not. We are not. How will you understand who you are unless you understand what you are not? You can't understand the light unless you appreciate the light until you understand the darkness inside you. The separation created darkness. The separation created ignorance. The separation created a lot of separation related emotions. And unless you understand what those are, you will never understand why should I come back together and this was blissful. So this journey of separation far, 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 far was necessary for the source to understand and appreciate the beauty of coming together in union. And in this journey of going separate like this, there were so many processes that were involved, right? GFOL came, Earth wanted to go through her own experimentation. Lots of such things happened. The insight that I got yesterday was, I did not ask any question also. It just came through that as what did void tell? What did the void tell to that God that got created? It said, go create yourself, go have fun. There is no boundaries. There are no rules. You just go. And the only thing that played there were these 4 universal laws, which are majorly energy related. It was nothing to do with forcing them to. It was not like a river that had a dam built. Okay, there was no dam built. Void did not say, I'm building a dam. Okay, these are the restrictions. Don't go beyond this. He didn't give any rules. He said, it is a rule-free life. So that is what void, which was the mother father concept, told the God. And God, of course, went separate, and then all this happened. So yesterday, what I felt was, in some point in this book, we will realize that we all fell to 3rd dimension. And there is a lot of other reasons also given why we jump into 3rd dimension space. Of course, the intention was to be in the 5th. And then due to a lot of other things, we moved to the 3rd dimension. What I actually felt was, in the good intention or in the best interests of creating a separate space for Earth and Earth's experiment, we definitely brought in a lot of rules just to ensure that the experimentation remains safe. Why? Because it was a free world. Free world means anybody can do anything. So which means I can go and destroy whatever Earth was doing, because that is also creation only. Creation means I'll just do whatever I want. That because even creating an atom bomb is also a creation. It's a different type of creation. It is the intention of that creation is different. Energy put in behind that is different, but it is also it is using creative energy of that spark. So like that, just to ensure that whatever Earth had in mind was basically honored, they created some amount of rules which basically blocked the creativity of that spark. They could only play within a boundary, right? So if you make children play within a boundary, what happens? They will never know what is outside the boundary. Their mind will only be limited within the boundary, isn't it? So which is, we can't, the amount of, and we all have faced it. So when you operate in a boundary, you are not using your 100%. You are not living your 100%. You are not expressing your 100%. And the message that I got through was, because of this boundary, over a period of time, the negative energies or the lower forms of energies eventually built up. It built up and built up and built up and built up. At a collective level, it got built up. Whoever came into the experiment eventually built up that energy. And then, of course, because of that energy built up, whatever actions they took, that we will anyway use in the book. But it was very profound for me, because I never thought that at that level also something like this could have happened. Because see, when our governments and other things say corona happened because of the Chinese government, because of something went wrong in the lab, somebody released the virus, and there are so many such stories we hear. But there is, because of this boundary creation, there is also a lot of work going on to ensure that the boundary and other things actually is happening. Like today, we have created a boundary in India, and every country creates a boundary. Aren't there a lot of army members in the boundaries, ensuring that there is protection and other things happening at the country level? Why? Because they've created a boundary. If they did not create boundaries at all and everybody was free to move on everywhere, then things will probably be a lot more different. And we would have probably adjusted to that life also. And now, because we have created a boundary, we have only known a different life. So like this, even on Earth, the message that came through was there is a lot of work going on to ensure that Earth's boundary is protected and things are contained in a certain way, certain order. Of course, because it has been done, it has been done. What will happen to that and all, I don't know. Maybe there is a change happening at that level also. But because there was a boundary created, because there were restrictions, and you could not do this, you could not do that, and so this collective negative energy or lower forms of energy grew, and then eventually we dropped the third dimension. And some triggers were there in terms of who did what, how did it start, and all of that was there. But for me, this was not there. It was not like I cooked this message up or something. It just came through, and I'm sharing this with you. So for me also, it was pretty significant. The second one that came through was it was just when we believe that at that level nothing can go wrong, everybody in that angelic state and high light being state and all, nobody can actually go wrong in that state. There was nothing wrong in this. It was just that nobody foresaw that if you create boundaries, people will actually, rather everything will go in another direction which they did not expect. Who expected Earth wanted to be in fifth, but who expected that to fall to third? Nobody expected it. And why did it happen? Maybe they did a post-mortem later and they understood all these things. But it happened, right? It happened. And this is what I wanted to share here, that in Prakriti, nothing is perfect. Even if it's a light being, there is a state of imperfection. And only in that state of oneness, only there is perfection. So we are all moving towards that state of oneness, which means that Prakriti and Purusha inside us have to come to that balance state. So when, what, how is that state and all, I don't know, because I've not still experienced that. But what I can tell you is, in that Prakriti state, everything is definitely still imperfect. So nobody can actually predict the possible future. You can only like gauge. You can, in the now moment, everybody worked in the now moment. In the now moment, they did their best. But in the next now moment, if something else happened because of this current now, in this now moment, if you have some boundaries, and that is what law of attraction will bring in the next moment. It will attract a similar thing in the next moment. And in the next moment, that energies would have increased. The lower form of energy would have increased. See, like a fear or possessiveness, sense of what if somebody destroys this? That is fear only. In that sense, it is fear only. Fear, or maybe a sense of we have created this with so much of effort. I hope nobody breaks it. That kind of sense is also a sense of, there is no surrender in that state. So in that energy will actually give rise to similar energies in the next moment, in the next moment, in the next moment. So over a period of time, those energies would have got piled up, and which had affected everybody in that experiment. So we'll see. The book says what exactly happened as facts, but what I'm telling you is something which is not there in any book, which just came to me. So which means it happened at an analytical level, And who knows this? I don't really know, because only as of now, only I know this. I've never read this anywhere. Okay, let me share. Oh, I've already shared. Oh, share. Oh, we are already at 3. Chapter 2. Earth was creating an experiment we had never seen before, that was both challenging and exciting. So it was a new thing, and everybody was going with that idea of what best we could do in this whole process. She was going to be allowing higher dimensional consciousness to participate in her experiment both on and off her physical form. As we stated in chapter 1, all consciousnesses that separates from source enters the quantum field and has free will. Free will states that any consciousness can choose every moment without any interference from other consciousness. We knew that all higher dimensional consciousness entering Earth's experiment could freely create their realities. We could not intervene, nor could Earth intervene in that process, because everybody had that free will and it was the highest macro law. We set up universal laws that would ensure some sense of order in the experiment. This is what I'm talking about. But we could not intervene unless the earth plane was going to be physically destroyed. So to some extent, they did not interfere, but whatever they could create was within that space only, within that. Like, for example, if the human body was created, you could not actually do beyond what that, you could not create. Let's say I could not, I didn't have the freedom to create another hand, maybe 20 hands, something like that. We knew we knew we needed to create an energetic grid around Earth and her entire experiment to maintain a sense of order and control without interfering. The energetic grid would hold everything that exists in any now moment while participating on or off the Earth plane. So this government was actually in the sense slightly in control of what was actually happening. All higher dimensional consciousnesses participating on or off the Earth plane were within the grid, which means in that 12-dimensional grid that Earth specifically for Earth, which they had created, in that grid they all had to operate. All physical and non-physical forms we created were within the grid. Any experience, creation, dimension, and reality that could occur by any higher dimensional consciousnesses participating with the Earth are within the grid. So within that grid, whatever dimension and other things come, it will abide by the rules of that grid. If somebody is by contract not operating within that energetic grid that they had created, then they can do whatever they want. It is outside that. But here the experiment is something different. Everything that is seen, felt, heard, and experienced on the Earth plane is filtered through a lens within the grid, held within the grid. So in the whatever you see is going to be something different, that the environment that has been created within the grid only, it will be operating within that. Something like a matrix environment. Okay, something like a matrix environment. We knew that the grid we designed needed to hold at least a 7th dimensional field. Because at a higher level, at the universal level, 7th dimensional, until 7th dimension, there is a physical plane. From 7th onwards, it is non-physical. Plenty of dimensions are there which are non-physical. But until 7th, 5, 6, 7, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. In fact, no, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, they are all physical because they are slightly denser. Earth was held in the 5D form within the 5D field. So she was in that 5D form, means that Earth was there, no? That Earth was vibrating at a 5th dimensional frequency, and she was within that band, that triangle band, which was again the 5th dimensional field. Her form was going to be shifting into 7D at some point, 7D field and 7D frequency. At some point, she'll be shifting. That was the idea. The grid had to hold at least the frequency the Earth plane was going to be shifting into. So they had created that Earth's body to at least be, compatible with the 7th dimensional frequency. They had already made it compatible. At least it should go till there, kind of thing. After that, the physical will not be there. It will, the Earth may be there, but it'll be in the invisible realm. The grid had to hold at least the frequency the earth plane was going to be shifting into. We also knew that many higher dimensional consciousnesses would be entering into the field to participate. So they had already sent for volunteers, right, who want to do it. We needed the grid to hold higher dimensional fields, that the higher dimensional consciousnesses entering the grid would be able to exist within the grid. See, some may come, they say at least minimum it should be 60. People who are coming, minimum have to be at the 60 frequency so that they can participate. Let's say if somebody is coming from 12D, then at least 12D. So till 12D, they had made that circle. They had made a fencing till 12D, so that at least people coming from and within the 12D can basically participate. I don't know whether people came from beyond 12D, because it's very high frequency for them to get down to this level and work on that experiment. So people within the 12D only had come, I think. I vaguely remember that I read this in some book, but I can't be sure. We settled on the 12th dimensional grid. We chose a 12D grid for two reasons. One, it was frequency high enough for any HDC to enter it and remain without too much difficulty. Like I said, if it is greater than that, they cannot vibrate lower than, they can't continue to keep vibrating lower. So, because imagine if I'm in the 15th grid, then I'll be vibrating at that level. If I have to hold one body which was vibrating at 5D, my connection will be very, very weak. My connection with this body will be very weak, because I can't even send that 5%, 6% and all that. Right? I'll probably send only 1%. And with 1%, probably this may not, it will not work. Now this earth, if I'm in the 15th dimension, this body, by the time it evolves to this state, it is like it's going to, I don't know, take a longer time. So evolution is there. The body will continue to keep going, at least, and merge with this. It's wherever that higher dimensional consciousness is, at least to start off with, it will go merge there. From there, they can go together. Then I think from there, it's a journey, how they go ahead and all that. I have not read about all that, but at least we are evolving to that state of merging. We settle. Two, it would allow the 5D plane to eventually shift into the 12D if she chooses to. So someday she will eventually, the physical earth also, someday maybe she'll become eventually trained to go to that 12D also. But for now, 7D, she's compatible to go to 7D, and she can definitely also go to 12D. That potential is definitely there if she wants to. But for now, she says, I'll go to 7D. Tomorrow, if she decides something else, she might go. We designed the energetic grid through intention and energy. First, we intended it to be into being. We knew that we were creating a grid that would hold 10 dimensions, which would hold 10 dimensions, the 3rd to the 12th. We intended the grid without the 1st and the 2nd fields because those frequencies are too low for the higher dimensional consciousnesses to experience themselves in physical form. So 1st dimension and 2nd dimensions are not a part of the grid. It is already connected to source directly. So there is only from the 3rd dimension, which the duality starts. 3rd and 4th are in duality. 5th onwards is not in duality and all that. So from 3rd onwards, they have created the grid. Because even if there is a grid in the 2nd and 1st, what they're saying is nobody can actually get down to that level and connect to any physical body like that, they say. But one question that comes to my mind is there are beings in the 2nd dimension and 1st dimension and all. But so is it just that they are created and all of those? It is consciousness. It is source consciousness. It is at Paramatma's consciousness. But is it that no other beings have wanting to experience that? That is my question. That's all. Did any higher dimensional consciousness? They say that 2nd dimension is about bugs and all that. All these bugs that help Earth and all that, right? All those bugs. Something that is under the ground. So has nobody wanting to experience that bug level and all that? I don't know. This question is just now it came to me. So I don't know. If it comes through, then I'll let you know. So once we had the intention in place, we visualized the grid, the role it would play, and the frequencies it would hold. We created a collective energetic pulse out from our energetic forms that was vibrating at a 12D frequency. The grid was instantaneously created and vibrating in a 12D frequency. So basically what they did, from their mind or whatever it is, they just visualized or something like that, and then they created a grid. You can imagine something like if you've seen movies and all that, they create one Lakshman Rekha around themselves, right? Or even on Earth, imagine that there is this latitude and longitude crisscross lines that we have on Earth. Imagine something like that at an energetic level. There are all these horizontal lines and vertical lines, which have created a grid kind of thing. Grid is mostly like a crisscross fashion. So imagine that there is a crisscross basket kind of weaving that has happened across from 12D to 3D. We then wrapped the grid and its energetic pulse around the Earth's form. It was not on the Earth plane. It was in the quantum field. So it is not actually attached to the physical form. It is outside the physical form. Earth is like a cushion. It is here that there is one energy pulse around this. Earth is there around it. Earth is inside it. The grid could not be viewed from the Earth plane as it was in the 12D. It is around the Earth, but very much in a higher frequency, wrapping the entire experiment around its grid. Only if you are vibrating in a 12D field or higher would you be able to see the energetic grid. So obviously we can't see what is there. Even if I go to 5D, 6D, maybe we will not be able to see, because it is, if I'm vibrating at a 6D level, I can only see 6D. I can see 6D, I can see 5D, I can see 4D, I can see 3D. I cannot see anything beyond, because for that, I need to vibrate at a higher level to go there. Understand? So I cannot see anything that is beyond me. So I have to be in that state to be able to see that boundary. We then wrap the grid. Yeah, this is all right. The 12D grid holds 10-dimensional fields. Each dimensional field is a distinct and separate energetic grid. So there is the 12D grid holds 10-dimensional fields. Each dimensional field is a distinct and separate energetic grid, and each field holds a frequency of consciousness that can be experienced within it. So what they are trying to tell is, in this triangle, can you see it? Oh, just a minute. Let me just remove this. Okay, if you see this triangle, each of these things has their boundary of their own. Because they have an energetic grid around this, there is a separation of frequencies. Let's say, for example, I say third dimensional, I'm just giving a hypothetical number. Let's say the third dimensional frequency is from 30 to 40. Or let's say 30 to 40 is third dimension. Fourth dimension is 40 to 50. Fifth is 50 to 60. If that is the kind of, but there is that division, right? Because of that only, there is that separation, right? That is what they're saying. There is a boundary, which is again energetic within each grid, which is why it separates those frequencies. If emotional frequency, fear is 100, it is 100 hertz or something like that. So if 100 comes in the third dimensional frequency, so maybe 100 to, let's say, 300 or something like that is third dimensional frequency. I'm just giving a number. So 100 to 300 is third dimensional frequency. So what now, fear, this, that, whatever, extra, x, until 300 is now going to come within the third dimensional range. Now, how did it get separated? Because of an energetic grid. They said, hey, all of you emotions, you stay here in third dimension. Because those were the frequency, and they were vibrating at that denser frequencies. So that is why they got separated like that. So each one has been separated. So which is what they say, each field holds, Each dimensional field, that is block, holds a spectrum of consciousness that can be experienced within it. Spectrum, a range of consciousness. It can be anger, it can be fear, it can be this, it can be that, some joy, some this. So whatever it is, it has a range of frequencies. Okay. So that range of frequencies, is called a spectrum of consciousness, which can be experienced. Imagine the 12D grid as one large cloud, and each dimensional field within the cloud is its own separate cloud. So there's a big cloud, and there are small clouds within that cloud, like that. From a distance, the 12D cloud looks like one dense physical form, but as you get closer and move into the cloud, you realize it's just moisture. As and when you move into the moisture, you can see other clouds or dimensional fields. What looks like one big physical cloud is actually 10 separate clouds or dimensional fields. So we've seen that in cloud also, right? We see from an aeroplane, cloud is there, but actually it feels like cotton, but actually there's nothing to touch there. And as you move into the moisture, you can see, so as you energetically move into each cloud, you no longer see the cloud, but simply the spectrum of consciousness within it. So this is very important. Now there's a cloud. When you're outside the cloud, you can see the cloud. Okay. When you are outside the cloud, you can see the cloud. But when you go inside the cloud, you experience the cloud. Understood that part? When you are outside the 3D or 4D or 5D, you can experience wherever you are, but you can't experience this. But when you come into this, you are actually experiencing it, which is what we spoke about, right? If you are outside the dimension, now let's say this is 5th and you are in 4th or something. Now you're experiencing 4th because you are in the 4th cloud. You're in the 4th cloud. Now, if you want to get into the 5th cloud, you need to actually go into the cloud, which is called anchoring. We saw that, right? Until then, we'll be inching towards the cloud. But once we are 80% inside the cloud only, we will be able to experience the frequency of spectrum of consciousness. Which means if I'm inside the cloud, I actually don't know I'm inside a cloud. Because the cloud is pure, like a moisture kind of thing. But if I was outside the cloud, then I can actually see the cloud. Similarly, what happens in an aeroplane also, right? When we are going in the aeroplane, we know that there is so many clouds. But what if you go through the cloud? You'll never hit anything. The 12D grid is merely consciousness holding 10 unique dimensional fields, similar to the sky holding moisture that looks like cloud. All 10 dimensional fields exist in the same now moment within the quantum field. See that now moment we saw, right? Everything exists in the same now moment. In this now moment, this is also experienced. This is also somebody here is experiencing, right? Somebody here is experiencing this reality, this frequency. Somebody here is experiencing this reality, this frequency. Somebody here is experiencing this reality, this frequency. Like this, everybody is experiencing this reality, this frequency. The 12D grid is merely consciousness holding 10. All 10 dimensional fields exist in the same now moment within the quantum field. They can be accessed by any higher dimensional consciousness within the 12D grid as long as the consciousness is holding that frequency. So they have to be in that frequency to be able to hold that frequency. Therefore, any HTC, including Earth and the forms on her, have the opportunity and ability to enter any dimensional field within the 12D grid. See, this is the biggest plus point in this experiment. Because in the past, if you have locked yourself in one dimension, you've already started experiencing that dimension. So there is no knowledge. See, how do you know that you have to evolve and all of those things now? Because there is the sun that is trying to evolve you. There are so many things that are basically giving us an opportunity to grow. But if I'm separately somewhere there in some dimension, what opportunities do I have to go to another dimension? Tell me. We don't have any opportunities to grow at all. Because you're just experiencing. That's it. You're in the same cycle. There is actually nothing which is helping you grow. Today you are growing because you have challenges, you have tried to because there was these higher dimensional beings, and all of these people came together to help you uh, go from one level to another level. There is a potential to understand that, oh, I'm in the lower level now. This suffering, this problems and all of those things, I have to grow out of it. Now the sun is constantly giving you pumping energy into you, and then you are growing to next level. Otherwise, who is basically taking us to the next level when I have no clue of what I have to do? Or let's say, even if I have any clue what to do, if I'm this higher dimensional consciousness, let's say I'm separate outside the earth grid. I'm, let's say, in the seventh. I just planted myself in the seventh. Now there is a spectrum of consciousness. This consciousness that is available is there in other outside earth also. So now let's say I'm experiencing that thing. How will I even understand what else I have to do? You got my point. There is no motivation to do anything. There is no motivation to go either up or down or something, because you're just contented in that layer. There is no opportunity to grow. There is no opportunity to think that what is beyond this. All that is not there. That is exactly why even in Bhagavad Gita they say being a human is one of the best things that can happen. Even the gods, they call gods because people who are in other higher realms, who have no opportunity to grow at all. There is no opportunity of challenges. So if there is no challenge, there is no creativity. Today, every single experiment has been done majorly because they saw a problem. Every scientist saw a problem. And to solve a problem, somebody is creating something new. Now, if they don't see problems at all, where is the scope of growing? Which is why I think Earth experiment happened at a higher level, maybe at a God's level only it happened. Who knows what God, because thoughts are coming from that. God is the thinker. Okay, this God is the thinker. Thoughts are coming from here, and everybody else is acting those thoughts. They are receiving those thoughts. They are giving emotions to those thoughts, and then they are expressing those thoughts. So when somebody gets a thought, if they have to express a thought in other dimension, they have to basically release that energy through some form. Maybe they have to create something new. So the scope of growing is very less if you are not on the human journey. It's like you've got, let's say, if you have a US passport, they say you can basically travel to many countries, something like that. If you have the passport of being a human being, right? If you already got the passport stamped and all, and now you're a human being, you have the scope to basically go to any of the 12 dimensional grid, provided you are constantly using the resources to grow yourself. Otherwise, there is no scope of growing at all. Okay, so this is very important for us to understand why it is so important to be a human, which is why people keep coming back and back and back, because they know it is impossible to go to higher dimensions, and you have to be just satisfied with whatever dimension you have been planted. Even if they understand that there is a 12 dimension grid, there is no way to grow there. There's no way to go. You're locked there until your life, at some point, until the time that you die. But then they don't die at all so easily, because today you have a belief system that body will die, but then there is no death at all. No, for higher dimensional consciousness, there's no death at all. Our soul never dies, right? So that they will never die. If they have a form or something like that, fine, they can use the form will keep dying, and immediate manifestation, one more body is going to come. But there is no scope of growing at all, and they have clearly mentioned this even in the Sunshine Before the Dawn book, that you can't go. You just have to live with the other coexisting people in that dimension. So yeah, let us stop here. If you have any questions, you can ask. Any questions, friends? You can lift your hand. Yeah. Where are you? Pooja, tell me. Where is Pooja? Pooja. Can unmute.
Yeah. Smita, please explain that the cloud part you were explaining, like we have to merge on that cloud.
No. What I was trying to tell is, imagine you. Do you know what is energy? You know energy, right? You at least imagine some energy, like how they show in TV or in some serial or something. They would have shown energy, right? Like a light coming like this joint. So now let's say there is a light band, light frequency band. Now this is one band. Below that, this is one band. Above that, there is one band. If you are in this lower band, you can see only this lower band because you're inside this lower band. Because this is higher, your eyes cannot see. Okay, this is higher because it needs a higher frequency for your eyes also to see. You can't see. If you're inside this, you can see. But what if you're here? If you're higher, you can see this, you can see this also. So they say that if you're outside, then it will feel like this is a cloud. There is a cloud. Or from here, you can see this is a cloud. But only when you go inside it, you'll actually be able to experience the cloud because now their frequencies are operating inside. There are so many emotions and all which are available in that frequency. See, emotion, every emotion operates in a certain frequency. So if you are vibrating at that frequency, means you are actually experiencing those emotions continuously. If you want to understand fear, then you'll drop down to that level and then you'll say, then automatically fear is available to you in that frequency. Then all fearful situations are going to come, then you'll experience fear. Then once you're done experiencing fear, you'll probably become fearless and all, then you'll go higher. Then there is no fear because that is gone, that band is gone. Like you imagine that you are traveling in a train. In the first station, you'll get, or in the first station, whatever they are selling in that platform, you'll get only that. You can't get the second platform's experience. First platform, whatever they are selling, that only you'll get. Same people, everything. People, the same. The people in the first platform will give you only that food that is available in the first platform. Then you finished experiencing the first platform. Now you will only go to the second platform because train is anyway moving. We are a part of the train. We are anyway moving. I told you evolution is anyway happening. Train is anyway moving. Slowly it is moving. It is moving you also. But if you don't experience the first platform, what you will do when you die, you will say, I did not finish the quota in the first platform. And then you will go out of the train and then you'll pick up another body and come into the train again and start. Train is anyway going. See, the train is so continuous that it's constantly going. It is always traveling in all the platforms together. It is generally traveling. It is generally moving. It is not like, okay, once it finished the first platform, it's not like, oh, we can't go to first platform. The train is like a infinite loop. So it is constantly there also because there is somebody or the other who is experiencing one. No, so the train is always in one also. So what you'll do, you'll die, you'll come back, you'll pick up another body, you'll come back to one only again. Because one may quota finish nahi hua na. You did not eat samosa, you did not eat something else, you did not eat banana, whatever. So what should we do? When we are experiencing wherever, today, let's say I'm in some platform. Now, how will I know what experiences I'm getting? Now my husband is going to bring me samosa, my child is going to bring me some other jalebi, then somebody is going to give me some mirchi, something and all they'll bring to me, right? Then I need to be able to experience it just like that, without any judgment, without doing anything. Then you'll finish off the quota in platform number 1. Experiences, yes, I understood everything in platform number 1. I full experience mil gaya. then the train will anyway automatically take you to platform number 2. Then again, new experience. Then platform number 3, another new experience.
So, Smita, you said कि we got the human form to evolve. And generally, when we reach to that level, like at the 7D, we come in oneness and there is no experience to learn. So, generally, we are the
There
lucky.
is experience. Until there is, we reach that final level when pralay, until pralay happens and this God decides that, okay, I'm done. Until then, it will keep happening. So there is always something or the other, somebody is creating and moving. In fact, they also say that there are many planets also that we have already created, like Earth. See, Earth experiment happened, but when it was successful, many such planets have already happened. Same, GFOL and such people have already created many other planets also for many other people to experience different parts of reality. Many people who die, who says that, okay, Earth is anyway going to 5D. I don't want to go to 5D because first platform, I did not finish my quota. I still want to experience 3D because nobody thinks suffering is bad. Higher dimensional conscious doesn't think that pain is bad, mother-in-law problem is bad. They don't think like that. They are hungry for experiences.
But Smita, when we get in oneness, so how we get the experience? Because we have already learned, we have already faced all the experiences and learned from it. So how we will, what experiences we get at the 7D? Because
See,
we
when you
get
are
in
in state
oneness.
of oneness, you will now understand that everybody is you only. Everybody is that God only. But in some points, you may still have the karma to finish. Like all the lower karmas that you had, that will all continue to come to you until account becomes 0. Then after account becoming 0, now you have no karma. You don't need to come to this earth also after that. But what you will do, you will say, I have learned so much when I was here. So I'll go back to earth and I will teach people how to basically follow my path. So like this teacher, they'll become more teachers, they'll become more guides. They might go to other planets and also and teach. Like this, there are thousands and millions of galaxies and millions of sparks that are everywhere. And different ways they have created themselves. So for everyone, evolution is common, no? Everybody has to reach that common point. So they will go and then constantly explain the laws of being a soul in various places. So work
Smita,
is always there.
I have one question. Like when the soul reaches to the 7D and after the pralay, when again the
No,
evolution
7D is not pralay.
yeah, after 7D when the pralay of the earth or anything happened, like you said na ki after the pralay and what you have said.
No, pralay means someday that God might decide to remove everything. We will never even know when that happens.
So after that the soul which are on the 7D, when they want to come, so they come on the 3D or on the 7D? Because
It's
when
their
their
choice.
karmas are not fulfilled, karmas are there, still karmas are there, then that soul come on the 3D or on the 7D to finish their karmas.
They'll be in 7D only. They'll be in
Okay.
7D. They'll still be like they're sitting on the dining table and all that. They'll still be, but their mind will be vibrating at that frequency. So when somebody scolds, they will not even think that is scolding. They will see that pyar se bacha ro raha hai or something like that. So then what will happen? That karma that came from that when they were in that lower dimension, it will be basically filled with a love, no? Acceptance, love and all that. So wo to nikal gaya na. Now that became 0. That particular karma that was coming, now that was knocked off. Like that, everything will keep continuing to come like this. One by one will come. Everything के ऊपर वो उनको मरहम लगाना है और इसको heal करना है. Then all the karma's account will become 0 at some point. Then they'll be free, moksha.
Then there will be there ki if they want to come on the earth or not.
They will still see. Then moksha will anyway happen, but moksha के बाद भी बहुत सारे vibration वाले काम करना पड़ता है ना. 7D में है, let's say for example moksha मिल गया. Now if they have to go to 8D, 9D, 12D, 11D and all that, वहां पे भी meditation करना पड़ता है. वहां पे भी frequency बढ़ानी पड़ती है with whatever ways they have, they'll go high.
So, Smita, you said that we are in the 3D to experience all the things and we have to learn from that experience to evolve. So, learning means what? Ki we have to gain, we have to build up the emotions, higher emotions we have to build.
See, learning means, अभी मैंने क्या बताया, you came here for a certain purpose, for experience. Who are you? You are some person who is already in that Sachidanand state. Your soul, every soul is already in Sachidanand state. There is nothing like somebody, they all have come to respective levels to learn what all possibilities can happen, what all experiences can happen. And now you're experimenting in the, you're in the earth experiment. And then you came here to experience what all can possibly happen in this dimension. You know that I am God. You know, मैं एक सच्चिदानंद state हूँ. But what all can possibly happen if I'm not in God state? उसका तो समझ में नहीं है ना. So for that you have planted yourself in many different lower forms. And when fear come, this come, that come, and all that, if exam paper is leaked, what will happen? Then test is not genuine, experience is not genuine. So you will know, oh yeah, that sum is going to come, let me learn before itself and then go write. So what is the fun in that? So what we do when we go into that body, we will not remember anything. But because of that, because we don't remember anything in 3D, we also get lost in that. We think it's real, and then it will continue like this. It will continue until at some point we are in such a level where we actually get knowledge through evolution. Only on Earth we are getting knowledge. Nowhere else we are getting all this. Because it's a system. It's like a school. In school, there is principal, there are teachers, everybody, like Aya is there, everything is taken care of. There is exam, there is test. It's a system that is it's an educational system that is basically well planned, well in place. Today, many people say, oh, I'll not send my children to school, I'll not send my children to this. But actually, they are already in an earth school, which is running in the same way. कहाँ से भाग रहे हैं हम? We are basically saying this is bad, that is bad, but actually we are also in a similar school setup only. क्या school? Soul का school. So we can't badmouth one school system and be a part of another school system ourselves. Actually, we are in a similar, now only it actually realized to me that we are in a school system. Comparison wise. So, see, when your soul thinks that there's nothing wrong in being puja, so the learning for you is, ये तो एक body है. The soul does not mind if puja में कुछ up and down होगा तो उसका, it will not mind. It is using you for that experience. Because you have ego, you want to be comfortable because that ego is trying to protect the body. It thinks that your body नाश हो जाएगा तो मैं उसको protect करूंगी. So you'll protect yourself from somebody's hurt, somebody doing this, somebody doing that. I want my daughter to be okay because your daughter is giving you happiness. If daughter doesn't give me happiness, I'll go off in sadness. Then if I go off in sadness, I'll go into depression and maybe die. So it'll all somewhere and all this ego is trying to protect yourself indirectly or indirectly. But if you drop your ego and say,
soul is experiencing all these things, so I mean to ask you what lesson she should learn from these experiences. She should learn the patience and should learn all these things are okay. We have to move.
What is your job? What is your job? Puja body's job. Puja is a body. What puja body's job is? जो भी आ रहा है, let's say for example you have pain in the body. उस पेन को शांति से एक्सपीरियंस करना है, उसको रेजिस्ट नहीं करना है, उसको कब जा रहे हो ऐसे नहीं बोलना है. Nothing. You don't know when it will go, but what by experience we can say is, if you get to that state of acceptance, soul will understand it like this. Because we put our ego into it, it will become like rubber band. It will never go at all. So the soul is a very smart and intelligent thing. It just needs that experience, exposure, that's all. ऐसे understand हो जाता है उसको. But if we allow that to happen, but we don't allow. So that's why it doesn't get that full experience. So if we allow that experience, take take whatever you want to take. Karke if we allow, which is what is called acceptance, means you will accept only, no, then only it will go inside completely. If you don't accept, it will never get to that backstage. Why should you accept? You can ask. So ego has to believe that it has to be allowing this. It's a very strong security guard. It will not allow anything to go to the master, because the security guard has to believe that this person has to see the master. So which is why we have to say, you have to find some way to convince the security guard that this thing has to reach the master exactly the way it is. And kitni der baat karega wo, that person, how long he'll speak to that master and all, we don't know. But let us continue to be in acceptance. Otherwise, what the security guard will do, he'll go and then say, hey, how long will you speak to the master? Come, go away. That also should not happen. As long as they both are talking in private, security guard has to be patient. And this is what is called learning. Learning to be accepting itself is learning. Through that, lots of gyan is going to come. Then what? See, the more you learn in this process and the more you evolve, accept, आप दोनों का connection बढ़ जाएगा. Ego का और mind का और behind वाले आदमी का connection बढ़ जाएगा. He will exactly tell you what to do. He will tell you, अब ये करो, अब वो करो. If you do this, then the experience will... Because if he says you do this, then the experience will be very genuine. You will become a great security guard. If you become a great security guard, who's always following the master's instructions, apna dimag nahi use karoge, so what will happen? Your connection will be better and better. That is what is called intuition. Then exactly the message is going to come, do this, do that karke. And then it will be easy for you to go from one learning to another learning, one challenge to another challenge. Kab hoga wo? Provided we start behaving like a faithful security guard. So pehle us security guard ko, you have to give logical reasons why this acceptance is necessary. And that patience has to come. Ultimately, what will happen? Body will die. Anyway, we have to die someday. वो हमको छोड़ के चला जाएगा, so we are anyway a dead body. If we don't pick up and go to that 96% now, it will drop us and then it will take another body and go. It doesn't care. Technically, it doesn't care. But उसके साथ बहुत प्यार है, तो it will try to use the body and lots of other things. But yeah, it doesn't have to. It has taken thousands of bodies already to learn its process. So how is puja any important? Tell me. Yeah, so that sense of I am not the doer. मुझको energy मिल रहा है. It's like there is one person sitting inside me and I'm being used as a robot. But the only thing that comes here is मेरा भी एक दिमाग है, that is called ego. And that we have to understand where ego is coming, where I'm dropping the ego. So if you learn to understand where you're in ego, then slowly, there is nobody to stop that experience from reaching the master. So this practice has to be done. Only when you do this practice, automatically life will keep moving. Automatically you will be happy. Automatically diseases will keep going. So that ego should drop. The more ego keeps dropping, it's okay, what happens, it's okay. Karke, you have to just keep going. I mean, today somebody sent in some group, right? If you can't take that hurt, go through it or something like that. Okay, and have I answered your question, Pooja?
Yes, Smita, thank you.
Okay, Manjula? Manjula?
Yes, can you hear
Can
me?
you come on
Smita?
video?
Yeah, one second. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
So my question was like, I just have a thought now. Say for example, now I see a sweets over here, Smita. The urge
see
to
a what?
eat. I am seeing a box full of sweets. So if I have a urge to eat it, is it my source? The source wanted to eat it, or my belief and my mind my mind and body have a belief system that this is whatever I acquired all this time. This box is very delicious, so I want to eat it. So is it really my source want to have it, or is it like only the body and mind which is connected for this moment is wanted to have it?
Source only wants to have it. Source means that subtle bodies, that programmed
Yes.
body that you have, right? After many, many lives. It only wants to have. But in between, we get this ego in between. Belief systems are also there, which will say, hey, if you eat this, this will happen. If you eat that, that will happen. That is also there. See, the person who makes you eat sweets, if that sweet makes you go lower in terms of vibration, and let's say if you fall sick, the same person only wants that also.
Okay.
Then also you should be in surrender. This also you should be in surrender.
Okay.
You should be willing to go through everything. That is the whole point of being a body. But if you have a belief system that, like if you have a strong conviction inside yourself that I have to go vegan, or let's say I have to eat healthy, and if you're not getting attracted, but somebody's forcing you to eat it and all that, that's a different thing. Then you have to really act and say, no, this is what I am. You have to stand up for yourself. That is also a learning. But if you actually want to eat it, then you still have a journey to maybe take that inside your body and then go through whatever experience that, because the food also comes with a certain vibration and all that.
Okay. So it will be like even if we say this bring the self-discipline, have the convention, this is not going to right, so discipline your body not to have it. Where these
Your
learnings will,
voice is slightly low. Can you come closer to the mic or something?
is it okay now, Smadha?
Yeah.
So where does the talk about the self-discipline and saying that we have to discipline ourselves not to eat these things, this is not good to my body,
Those
where
are
does this
fear
line
related
cross,
beliefs.
Smita?
Those are fear related beliefs which we have inculcated for a very long time. See, it is for
Okay.
somebody in your family might be eating it without any fear also. No, you may have fear. You may have some belief system saying this is right, that is wrong. But somebody in your family enjoys that, right? Enjoys the
Yes.
sweets. There are people who enjoy the sweets. Why is it that you are different and they are different? Because at some point you were like them only. You didn't have any belief system. Now you are in the
Okay.
transition period. You have eaten it a lot, and then to get out of that, you also probably created yourself a problem. And then because you realized that, oh, I ate a lot of sweets, that's why I have this problem. And then you got yourself out. But it was a purposeful belief system that you put inside yourself to ensure that you break out of that experience, because you've done it a lot. But it doesn't mean it's wrong. It means that you are done. So like that, you will eventually pass through many such things until you come to a state where you'll not feel attracted only to that sweet. But you'll definitely, see, for example, I don't feel attracted to dairy anymore. I don't feel attracted to samosa. I don't feel attracted to gobi Manchurian and all that. But I still do feel attracted to maybe some small tomato bath or something that my mother made. But slowly, I'm realizing that I'm also moving away from that space. But I definitely was in that space. Now, slowly,
Okay.
I'm moving away from that state. Why? Because some knowledge came to me where I felt that I have to go and then follow a different purpose in my life. Now it is no longer, I'm not curbing a desire. I'm not suppressing a desire. It's just that the desire is no longer very strong. But as long as you have a strong desire, if you suppress a desire, you'll come back for that platform number 1.
Okay. Thank you, Smita.
So there is a fine thin line between saying, I have got these sweets in front of me and I also have a desire to eat it, and let me eat it fully. Let's say you keep eating. But at some point, are you eating out of like a machine, or are you actually enjoying it and eating? That you have to watch out. Over a period of time, that enjoyment will go off. Then only the emotions which have been in autopilot mode are running. Then you will actually fall sick. So there is always that emotion that is coming in between. So everything that you eat has to be enjoyed at the heart level. Initially, food will be at heart level only, but over like oh my God, it's so good. You'll be at that level. But then over a period of time, let me eat it off. Let me eat one more piece. Let me eat one more piece. It'll not be hard. It'll be like, yeah, it's good. It's good. Yeah. Yeah, I eat it. Yeah, I eat these sweets. It'll become like that. At that time, though, you're not connected to the soul level. So we need to watch out. Is my gunas and my pravrittis or that habits basically pushing me to eat it? Yeah, I ate yesterday, today also I can eat it. That can be a habit that you're basically going behind. But are you actually connected? Is the soul wanting it? Soul wanting means that soul has actually generated an emotion in between. So if you actually eat it with that emotion and all of that, then don't think that in this moment I ate, tomorrow I got some cold or I got some stomach upset or something. Oh, this stomach upset happened because I ate that. Don't connect like that. That is a different now moment. This is a different now moment. In this moment, I may have done some prarabdha enough to earn that sweet or that pleasure or whatever it is. In some other moment, I may have that in that moment, whatever may be my state of vibration, law of attraction, whatever it is, it may have connected me to some karma, which I have to experience, some pain. But why do we connect all these things is because we live in fear. Okay, we live in fear because there is always a fear of, oh, I might die. I might die. So you're always trying to find out why I'm going closer to my death. It has become a very strong belief system at a community level, at a collective level only it's strong. That is why people keep dying. Otherwise, you don't have to die. We can take the body to ascension and finish it off. But we die because of many of these belief systems, we continue to keep going on and on and on. Body, how long it will go, it will die at some point. But technically, body is not designed to die also. Body is not designed to die. But we die because of the belief systems that we have, that we will die. So even if we have sickness, we think that we are going towards death only. That's why we start to see, okay, let me find out the root cause of this problem so that I can evade my death. Yeah, everything is connected to dying. Every fear is connected to dying only. Even childbirth is also connected to dying only. If you have a baby, you're having a baby because you want yourself or your seed to continue in this journey. That is why procrastination even started at some point. Oh, sorry, not procrastination, procreation.
Okay, thanks, Smita.
Pooja, you had one more question or your hand is not low?
No,
Sonia?
I have done.
Yeah. Yeah, Sonia.
Hello, ma'am.
Hello.
Ma'am, today's I'm sorry, I had
Before
to.
that, before we go any further, today is Patriji's birthday, and I really want to thank Patriji for all the knowledge, all the growth, all the everything that I've basically got today. Maybe even he brought me into PSSM, and so many things he may have done without my knowledge. And today, the amount of respect and other things I have for him, I did not have before when I started off in PSSM because I did not know him. Even if I knew him, I didn't really like him so much. But over a period of time, after I saw a lot of his work and other things only, I basically came to that appreciation level. And after I came to that appreciation level only in PSSM, I was able to actually conduct classes and all that. It's like so beautiful. Only when I understood the value of PSSM, I got an opportunity to participate more in PSSM. Until then, I was mostly like a person who was taking the knowledge. And today, all the books and knowledge, many of the books that I've read are because of him. Many of the classes that have helped me are all because of him. All the knowledge that I've earned from 2020, apart from Bhagavad Gita, are all because of him. So I really want to I want to thank him for coming to Earth. I want to thank him for his birth. More than saying happy birthday, I would say happy birthday to all of us. Happy Patriji's birthday to all of us. So yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. And same to you, ma'am.
Yeah,
Ma'am,
thanks, Sonia.
yeah. Ma'am, you were asking about Deepavali. It is tomorrow over here.
Oh, tomorrow only, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Because one of my fitness class coaches told, Monday and Tuesday class hai. I asked her. She said, हाँ, Diwali to ho gaya na, Monday and Tuesday class hai, she said.
Okay.
I was like, what is this? Ritu, I have a question. Okay, yeah. And you had any question?
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, actually, since yesterday, I couldn't sit properly and attend your classes. Like yesterday, I was on YouTube, on watching on television, but I had to get up on and off today at Fazal. But little I could get. I just have one question that usually we hear that mm, from many masters, I've heard that we should meditate so much that our body light quotient should shoot up to 70-80%, but in this book it is written it's 6%, like till 13% max. So
No, that 70% they're talking about anchoring.
okay, got it.
Yeah. 6% is coming from source. See, 6% of the divine connection is in the divinity. 6% of divinity is inside you.
Okay,
How much you go closer because of increasing yourself, you'll increase your quotient and keep going higher. That much of divinity you will experience.
could it be one more factor that this 6% is for the 5D humans they made? We have dropped to 3D, so we have to cover that.
It was mentioned, no? It was mentioned, no? 5 to 10% is 3D. Where is that? For 3D also they had mentioned. For 5D it is this much. 10 to 15% was 5D. 5 to 10% is 3D.
Okay, ma'am. Okay, ma'am. Got it. I don't have any other questions because I haven't read the book like further. I read it till
It's okay.
there.
If you've understood whatever I've told, if you have doubts in
Yes.
that you can ask me. At some point when
Okay,
you're free,
thank
you can read.
Then I may ask questions from you, from like.
Sure.
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
See, it's very difficult to type some of these concepts, which is why I told I'll only do the recording. So, because what awareness I have today, I may not have then, or I may have a different kind of answer, which may not again sit with you. So that is why it's best to see. You have another we are still in second chapter. Make time, read at least one page every night and sleep. There are some 300 pages or something, but very, very, like hardly all the pages have full content. Some pages have this much paragraph. Some pages have this much paragraph. It is like a child's book. I mean, the printing I'm speaking about. So you can definitely read one chapter at least per day, or
I've done it in second chapter. From second chapter onwards, I have to read it like on a personal level. Like I go, what I do is I sit and read as long as I can take in. When I find it difficult, I leave it.
No, that's okay. Every day, that much only you take. That's enough.
Okay. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, sure. Thank you. If you all don't have any other questions, then maybe you can drop. Thank you so much for attending, or even on a holiday. Happy Diwali to all of you. And next we will meet on Wednesday.
Thank
Okay.
you, Smita. Thank you so much.
Thank
You
you,
had a
ma'am.
question, Kavita?
Yeah, I actually had a question,
Sure,
Smita.
sure.
Thanks. I'm not sure, what context this would come. You're free to, answer or not. So in the beginning, you were mentioning about Sattva, Rajas, and Tamasic, right? Say, for example, a person identifies themselves as, let's say, a Tamasic. For example, if the person is a Kapha nature, which is like earth and water. So for the person, even though the person may be aware that I am made of, meaning the prominent 5 elements, earth and water, meaning it's like, they say that to balance the doshas, you will have to, like, say, for example, be more active or eat less, that types. But as such, the person finds it very difficult, no?
See, the whole point about this Ayurvedic studies are also medicinal in nature. And when the body heals itself, okay, there's no doubt about it. But there came a point when we forgot that the body heals itself. And from a point of evolution perspective, they started to, the whole, at a Earth's level itself, the experience was to basically look at some plants, look at some external assistance to help ourselves. So, and everything is again a belief system. So they took some tulsi, they took them ginger, this, that, whatever, and then they tried to heal themselves. Maybe for one person, the belief system was strong, it worked for him. And they said, yes, it works. Now, let's say if I believe that person, then my belief system also will be strong. So it worked for me also. For some people it worked, some people it did not work. But at an overall level, they thought that these herbs will work for this person, for this disease. If your belief system is aligned with that, you will heal. If your belief system is not aligned with that, then it will not heal. Because what is it that heals a person? It is the acceptance that the problem is necessary for me.
Okay.
Technically, that is what will heal them. How did the problem even start? At an emotional level, that emotion that was supposed to be experienced and actioned through the body has not been experienced. It was basically blocked somewhere. It did not come out of the body.
Okay.
So all that will create what? Physical diseases. Now, people don't like diseases because they don't know why disease comes also in the first place. Right? In the duality, you are all lost. You don't know why disease came. Today, we are discussing that diseases are a part of, it is necessary. Somebody has to experience all that, whatever. So if somebody doesn't think that diseases are necessary itself, what will they try to do? They'll try to find out reasons why this came. I gave that example of, what is that example I gave? They will try to find out why I should not die. Because people died, people lost their bodies because maybe the soul also wanted to. Death is typically planned. So when somebody died, you will start to question, maybe even I will die. So how do I keep myself from not dying? So you will find out, you'll come with lots of analysis and this and that and all that to say this, that, this, if this person takes that, this person. See, it will become a study of its own. And Pitta, Gitta, Vata, all of these things are basically that only. It is basically telling you, you are that. If you do this, then this will not happen. But that was never the whole point about all that. When I talk about tamas, rajas and all that, I'm talking about the tendency of a person, not about the diseases of a person, not about the body structure or any body tendencies or anything.
Okay.
So they connect of all these things, but we are talking about Bhagavad Gita's understanding of Prakriti and what kind of a person he is. Is he a person who wants to always be, who always wants to complain? See, if a person, you might have seen some people who will get all the knowledge, but they will not take any action on it. There is resistance.
What kind of suggestion would you give for such a person? That's the question. You mentioned a person is tamasic. The person wants to move on to the sattva, this thing.
He will not even have the feeling that he has to move to sattva.
No. Let's imagine, a person who understands what these natures are and knows that he is in the tamasic nature. Say, for example, the person who, falls asleep during the daytime, for example, maybe because of habit, maybe because of the eating habits, whatever. But the person has the urge to move. But in terms of taking action when it is difficult, how does a person progress or,
At some point in the process of evolution, he'll get beaten. He'll get to understand the consequence of being in that state. Okay. Because he wanted to experience that, the soul wanted to experience that state, it was in that state. Once it wants to get out of that state because train is moving, enough energy has now got accumulated and now he has finished that state. Then what will happen? He will get to Rajas and then he'll say, shit, I was basically lazy and now this is actually not working for me. I need to take some action. I failed in all my exams. Now I will take some action. Actually, this happened in my house also. My daughter was not studying at all. At some point during Corona, she had lost the touch of studies itself. And she was completely into YouTube, not motivated, blah, blah, blah. It went into another direction. But now she's completely different. She's all in Rajas. So it will not happen. To tamasic people, they don't know they are in that state. You cannot help them. Even if you put a lot of gyan also, they'll say, okay, and then they'll do whatever they are doing. It's a state of ignorance. You can't actually help them. You can only help a person, Rajasic person. There are different levels of people, but all you can do is, if you have the understanding to go, push yourself. If you don't have the understanding to go, Don't try to push anybody in your family members and all. You don't try to do any action. You increase the light in yourself. If your sattva increases, automatically, what should be your experience? It has to match that frequency. If your family members are around you, they have to also match your frequency, no? So you'll get that reality from them also. So if you want them to change, you have to change.
For, me to change also, like, there was the first person, I think it was Manju also, was talking about, sweets. It's like Diwali and there is so much of sweets. I understand that, beginning, yes, from heart you eat and then it becomes like one mechanical action. But when do we stop this, meaning that zeroing in on that aspect, or during the day sleeping? Yes, understand that we shouldn't be doing that, but then the body is, asking for it.
That means
But
the
want to
body
move
is
to the
very
next
tense.
phase.
See, the way to evolve is body is only evolving. No, it is not the soul is not evolving or something. Soul is getting experience from the body's evolution. So if body has to become lighter, technically, if you are eating sweets and you can't help yourself from eating sweets, what about other foods that you're eating? Why don't you include a lot of, like, you can't be saying that I want breakfast also. I will not compromise on lunch also. I will not compromise on dinner also. I want sweets also. At some point, if you want that denser body to become a lighter body, in one of these, you need to start going lighter. And you need to make your body, from my experience, go at least to 70 to 80% of liquids. So you can't be on water, obviously, because water doesn't have any nutrition. So, you see, you can't be on 100% water because you are in that denser level where water will not play a role. If you had the equivalent amount of cosmic energy coming, then yes, water, you can definitely live on water. But if you are not in that if you are not in that state where which means your body needs food, then you have to eat foods, or you have to drink a lot of juices that have foods inside them. Juices have food inside them. They have nutrition inside them. So they are not equal to water fasting. They are juice feasting. It is just that instead of eating fruits, you went one level higher and you're eating more nutrition. You can actually live on juices for hundreds of days without getting affected. By staying healthy, you can basically use whatever energy you have and build muscles and all of those things you can do. Then what will happen? Toxins will clear from your body. Then mental clarity is going to come. First, physical has to get cleaned. Only then mentally you'll start to, I can give you gyan and say, oh, observe your mind, observe your this, observe all that. I can say gyan. You will never understand also what I'm telling. Because first, there is so much of mull inside the body, physical body. Colon will have a lot of old poop. All the organs will be functioning very slowly. Blood will be moving very slowly. Blood will also have toxins. Liver may not be functioning properly. There'll be a lot of filth inside. For that filth to clean, you need to wash your bathroom. How do you wash your bathroom? With juices, fruits. So even if you can't avoid sweets, at least rest of the day eat something else. Maybe 5%. Start with 5%. Start with juices and fruits in for breakfast and things like that. Then consistently keep doing at least one thing that you're planning. Then what will happen? Your body will start getting cleaner, at least for that percentage. Then you can consistently, then that will motivate, or that will give you a cleaner mind for you to start maybe adding salads to lunch. Immediately you can't change everything in your life because you have a tendency to eat and all of that, right? Even see, when I started changing my life, I didn't change overnight. Today, I'm majorly on juices, fruits, maybe little snacks, like snacks I may eat, some cooked food. I don't eat cooked food like a big food. Maybe on festival days, I'll be in that state of gratitude, I'll appreciate and all that, I'll eat proper whatever's there. I don't eat sweets then also. I don't eat fried food and then also. I'm typically eating only that rice, sambar, rasam, whatever they're cooking. But on other days, I'm still on juices, I'm still only on fruits. But how can anybody become like me overnight? No, I've actually slowly progressed to this level. But you need to start somewhere. When I started, I just became vegan first. And then I started eating fruits for breakfast, juices and fruits, little juices and fruits. Then slowly my juices increased, fruits were there. 2 times I used to eat fruits in the morning because I used to become hungry. But morning was, I had dedicated myself to fruits. So 2 times I used to eat fruits. Then 1 time fruits went away because more hunger means more lack in the body. More amount of toxins in the body. If I eat a lot, if I eat rice and other things and sleep in the night, then morning 4 o'clock also I'll be very hungry. But if I drink juice, yesterday 6 o'clock I drank juice. About 1 liter of juice I drank at 6 o'clock. 6:30 I had my fitness class. I was hungry at 6 o'clock, so I had. And 6:30 was my fitness class. 6 to 7:30 was my fitness class. 7:30 my friend called me for music class, which I had forgotten. I went and I came back at 8:45 and I was not hungry. And I slept. I did meditation and I slept off. Today morning I got up at 4 o'clock and I was still not as hungry as what I used to be when I ate rice. My body has got trained on juices. So which means if I go light, right, I am able to, which means the body is saying it's okay. But if I continue to feed myself on dense stuff, then it will become more and more and more hungry all the time. And just to solve that hunger, you'll eat more. It's a vicious loop.
It's vicious cycle.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, Sonia, you had a question?
ma'am, what about dairy products? Why do they always say don't like we should have less dairy products or discontinue having dairy products? Like
Because dairy is also coming from an animal, right? See, when Patriji told go vegetarian, during his time, it was vegetarian, the dairy was not very huge. Dairy industries also were not very huge in the 90s, late 90s. After that, it became very huge. But his focus was majorly plant-based because animal level cruelty he didn't appreciate at all. At that time, vegetarianism, the vegetarian word became more associated with dairy and other things later. Initially, vegetarian was basically plant only. And not too many people had dairy during those periods. Over a period of time, dairy got added in the vegetarian category. But his concept is vegetarianism, then the next one is vegan, then the next one is fruitarian, breatharian, and all of that. We have covered this completely in the Holistic Buddha class. And so dairy products are lower energy. So if cows and other things, if you drink that milk, of course, you will also be associated with the emotions that come from the milk and other things, right? Those they'll give you the same level of atoms, the vibrations and other things. So it will also keep you lower in those levels. You see, technically, cow milk is made for whom? It is made for a calf. Nature made it for a calf. But some part of the evolution, we kept the cow with us and we started to drink whatever it is giving. That was definitely survival. But today, are we in survival mode? Are we drinking coffee, tea, and all that? Or in the past, they drank it because their stomach was hungry. But today, we are not drinking it for hunger, no? We are eating coffee, tea, paneer, butter, ye sab karte hai. So this is pleasure. And this is where we'll have to wake up.
so at night, what do you prefer having, ma'am? Because we have like I have breakfast of milk, dinner of milk. Only one time I have lunch. So I at night I don't usually don't prefer
choose
having
more
fruits.
plant-related products.
In the morning, I have fruit.
See, choose more things that are coming from plants, not animals. Animals definitely have a contract with us for lower, denser dimensions. But as you're evolving, you need to focus on going to plants because by the time you hit 5D, you will not even depend on plants. Uska contract bhi khatam ho jayega. It's a transition period. Every time you move from one level, are you there, Sonia? Huh. So we are done with the contract for animals. Of course, if you are in lower dimensions and all, you'll still be depending on the same foods. But if you want to evolve, then you need to basically choose some foods which will make your body lighter. And the only thing that will make it lighter are plants, plant-based living. And in that also, there are different levels. Usme sirf, let's say, cooked food khana. In that also, there are complex foods like grains and other rajmas and all of those things are heavy. And more lesser than that is only vegetables, eating all forms of vegetables. Then even less than that is fruits and vegetables combination. Even less than that is only fruits. Even less than that is only juices. And then by the time if we are hitting 12D, 5D and all that, so but you should also understand that it is only helping your physical body become lighter, but your physical body is going to die also, no? But what are you going to do about while the physical body is making you lighter, are your subtle body energy is also getting cleaned up? No, if you are not doing that, only focusing on, oh, I'll be healthy, I'll be healthy, I'll be healthy, I'll be healthy. मुझे meditation में अच्छा experience चाहिए मुझे, so I'll make my body light. So your body will die at some point. What about all the effort that you kept to keep the body clean and other things? And if you did not use any of that energy that you gained, lightness that you gained and all, to focus on cleaning your karma, क्या होगा? The subtle body will go and get attached to another body, and again dairy से ही start होगा. So
Can
never
you
focus
elaborate little
on.
more?
So body will
when you
anyway get
clean
clean, but that
karma-
should be focused on moving it to evolution more than keeping it healthy. Yes, even I did start for health only, but I'm just telling you some awareness that I've got later in my life. But yeah, plant-based living is the thing to go. If you want to evolve, it is best to go plant-based only, because ultimately, depending on animals and taking away the calf's milk and other things is going to eventually come somewhere into your karma. If you don't have that awareness, that's a different thing. You're still in that awareness where it has to come to you. But then today, if you're getting this awareness, then it's time to change.
Ma'am.
Holistic Buddha mein, we have definitely explained this completely. To some extent, if you see duality in that, ignore that. Because when I did that in January, thoda duality nahi tha mere mein. But by May and after May and all that, my oneness increased a lot. So if there is some amount of duality, you can maybe ask that in the gratitude group or something like that, and I can explain. But yeah, overall, there is nothing good or bad. Nothing is good or bad, but you have to be willing to face those consequences, thinking that that is also good. If you're choosing that experience, if you're choosing to make that choice, then uske relation se at some point karma comes back to you. Take that also in that sportive way. Because at some point the soul will say, okay, I don't need this anymore. It's all a very fine line to say what is right, what is wrong, what should I do at this time. It's a very confusing thing, I can understand, but just keep going somewhere. You might make mistakes, you might not make mistakes. It's okay, just keep going.
Smita, just one last thing, Smita. You mentioned about, the not only the physical energy being, meaning you become more energetic or your body becoming lighter. You also mentioned about you have to look at the other subtle energies. So, like, for example, cleaning the karma. So, what are the things that we need to do to clean the karma?
Your experiences are coming because of karma only, auto-generated.
Okay.
It is coming because of karma only. Your disease is also because of karma only. You're somebody being sick in your family and you have to take care of them. That also is karma only. At that time, how do you respond to that is cleaning your subtle body. Are you there?
Okay. I'm just trying to.
Can you switch on the video? Otherwise, it's like difficult to connect.
Hello. Yeah.
So every experience is coming so that you can finish that karma and move on. And you have to just apply the knowledge that you're getting and take it in the right spirit. I told you about that security guard example, right? Something like that you have to do.
Is it like meditation helps clean karma? Like that,
No, see, meditation ultimately, if you keep meditating, energy will come in, let's say. Only when you go to thoughtless state, majority of the energy will come in. And when you, let's say, meditate for 1 hour, maybe 1 second, 2 seconds here and there, you may keep going to thoughtless states. When you're focusing on your breath, you would have gone to thoughtless state. Before something got distracted again. At that point, you went to thoughtless state, right? So at that time, it was like you had connected it to the electricity. Like this plug. Okay, you had got connected. You were off connection, then you were on connection. You were off connection. So once you get on connection like that, some energy flows in. Now, what will you do with that energy? You should use that energy to read books, get knowledge, and then you should, once you get knowledge, you have to apply that knowledge in your life with your experiences and all that. How do I treat this experience? How do I handle this experience? How do I take it in oneness state? All that gyan will come in books. Then you have to apply that in your daily life. Then you'll get one wisdom. Oh, wow, so beautiful, all that. That wisdom will continue to come from your experiences. No, then that experience will go, some other experience will come, that experience will go, some other. So like this, continuously, you're basically handling your karma. How do you know you're handling how do you're basically growing means, today, whatever is bothering you, tomorrow it may not bother you anymore.
Got it. Yeah.
You have grown, you have evolved yourself.
Yeah.
So that is what is called evolution. So this is what has to, that energy that you came from meditation has to go. Patriji did not tell you keep meditating. He did not break it down like this. He said keep meditating, meditate. He knows as cosmic energy comes, that energy will guide them to do X, Y, Z. He did not say this will happen, that will happen. He did not predict or anything. He said read books, meditate, do Sajjan Sangatya. Sajjan Sangatya means somebody will keep giving experiences, somebody will clarify your experience. Like whatever we are doing is Sajjan Sangatya only.
Yeah.
Right? So you will meditate, you will do this, you will read books and you will discuss about it, and then you'll get all the experiences clarified. Maybe somebody handled their experience in a certain way, you'll get ideas from that. So there are lots of such things that happen in a discussion. So books will anyway get knowledge, which will help. Actually, when you read books, from inside, knowledge is going to be motivated to apply it and all that. So all these three things have to happen. Now you can ask, okay, what about chanting? What about puja and all of those things?
Yeah.
Meditation may not come to everybody. Depends on how much they have evolved themselves to sit in meditation and then maybe go. Some people may not be evolved so much to sit in meditation. They may still be attracted to pujas. They may be still attracted to chants and japs and all of those things. Do that also. At some point that will go off from your life. As you evolve, as you get to a certain energy level, those things will also go off. You'll get to some point where you know you're the Atma. Then that puja and all will slightly get diluted. It will not look very meaningful. You will still do puja, more about, you'll not be doing puja for asking something from God. You'll be able to connect to that, maybe Parvati, Shiva and all that, more about saying they are more like seniors who also passed through the soul journey, and now they have become divine after evolving themselves to that divinity level. They become Narayan. So then you'll have more respect for them, and then you'll say they'll be more like guides to you. And then you'll connect to them more for guidance in your current life, versus please take away my karma, please remove me from this problem, please give me 10,000 rupees I need for my daughter. All that will not work. When you understand that you're a soul, then the kind of relationship that you have in the puja room itself will change. Then you'll see them more as energies who are like you, but who are like seniors. Then there is no such fear. You will not fear, I didn't eat prasada, so they will be angry. All that will not come. Then you know, it's my decision. If I want to eat prasada, I'll eat. Otherwise, if I don't want to eat, I'll not eat. I know that my friend will not be angry, because that is not how souls work. It is a belief system and all that. You will understand like that. So you will not be in fear-based relationship with God if you understand. So that is also a journey. But until that journey happens, you have whatever keeps your mind connected to that source, that God in whatever form, connect. Because that connection only will give energy.
Very beautiful, Smita. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Roshni?
Yeah, you answered all my questions. I was going to ask you something and you gave the answer. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, friends, for all your questions. In fact, it helps me also to think what to answer. And I mean, in my head also some churning happens, right? And that churning is what is actually growing me also. And it helps me to discover myself. In fact, many times what has happened is somebody will ask me a question, and then some churning happens and I would have told the answer. But while I'm answering itself, I will understand that, hey, I can actually apply to the problem that I have currently been facing in my life. See, it was there, but it did not come out as a solution at all until somebody asked me the question. So this is what is called life. What you ask me is more like a karmic experience to bring out something that is already inside my head, to help me to tell me that solution is already inside me. But because you gave me the experience, it came out from me, and then my conscious mind understood that, and now it's able to apply to that problem that we have in life. So many times it has happened. I would have given up one solution to somebody, and then I realized, oh, actually, this is happening in me also, right? I would have told, hey, think like this, think like that. All gyan I would have given. But then when I suddenly see how do I work on this problem that I'm having in me, then oh yeah, I've already told her how to do that, right? Yeah, I need to apply this on myself. It'll come like that. So just because I'm telling that doesn't mean I'm perfect. Even I am a work in progress.
Smita, one question I want to ask you now. We are learning how to be in oneness. Okay. Now, the reflection of me, my family is a reflection of me. So they will take some time to understand and change and transform. Right. So now, but suppose I've got that little gyan, I want to be in oneness. So I have overcome all this, duality and this thing. I want to meet people without any, oh, why should I go meet or no? Some dualities say, whatever reason, X, Y, Z. So, but how do I explain to the family, okay, that see, now you're thinking like that, but I want to move on. I want to go meet that person. I don't have anything grudges in me. So how do I make that?
That's also a journey, okay? This oneness is a long path. And when they give you questions, when they give you a hard time being in oneness, that is also a journey for you to learn only.
No, I'm not having a hard time. I'm having a very good time because I'm trying to understand that, okay, that is a reflection. She is a reflection of me. But then now I want to move on. I want to go meet and talk to that other person. Okay. So now I don't have any other negative feelings or whatever. But then I have to wait for that, my family member to transform, and then only I can move on. How?
For example, if you have, let's say, a relative who your family doesn't want you to talk, huh?
Yes, exactly.
No,
Not
in your
to
mind,
talk,
you do
not to
gratitude and
meet.
be done. No,
I'm doing that.
that's enough.
That's enough.
They are
no?
just energies in your life.
Yeah.
They don't
So
exist. They're not
they've
existing
come.
in the now moment. They don't exist in reality yet.
Okay, because they are my first family, So I'm not getting her, what you say, any emotion. I'm not feeling for both the people, this side or that side. But I'm just wondering, okay, let me wait. I'm doing gratitude. I'm just saying now I'm trying to be in oneness and all this is coming up. Like yesterday, something happened. I said, oh my God, so kiddish, I was thinking in my heart. I didn't want to tell my family and hurt that person, okay? But I just kept quiet.
See, now let's say you have your family itself is not talking to somebody, but now you want to move on and you want to talk to them. You want to talk to them because not you want to talk, not that you want to talk to them, but you want to end that burning of
end
the
that
bridge.
conflict, yeah.
But if your family, let's say your husband is not in alignment with that or something like that, then you should also understand that him not aligning is also you have to accept.
I'm accepting, so that's okay.
That's all. That energy level at some point will increase. Your energy level at some point will increase, and it will come to a point where they both also will that relationship will also get aligned. Now you are aligned. Tomorrow, a lot more pieces of the puzzle will get added up and joined and all that. Then that alignment will happen at a bigger level. But for now, a small alignment only has happened.
Yeah, so
and are you getting that soul feelings now to that person?
Yeah.
Then you continue. See, even if you don't continue for that relationship, in general also, if you keep growing, it will work. And keep in your mind also, see, like even if you say acceptance, no, you're saying acceptance, but actually you still want to go ahead with that thing.
No, I feel that there should be peace at the end of the day in any relationship.
Exactly.
Even if you don't meet, we should be peaceful at the end of the day. No?
Because if you meet that person and now let's say husband doesn't like, again there'll be conflict at home, right?
Yeah, there'll be something or the other topics coming up, no?
So either you should face that by believing that I have to go meet her. It's okay. Even if this person doesn't agree, I'll go meet her. That is another journey. It's like when you knock a door, the
So I
set of
can go
realities
against
that will
my
happen after
husband.
that are different. When you don't knock the door and you walks through some other door, then the realities are something else. So what
Oh.
I would do in your places, I would continue to keep working on myself. And then until that alignment inside the house happens, until I fill the gaps with my husband also so much, then automatically that alignment also will happen.
Because today
First
Ashmin Munjal
it
told.
is your husband.
Yeah, that's what she told today. She gave a beautiful answer today that you have to write gratitude for your husband for many, many times, you know. She said, I don't know how many hours she used to write gratitude. She's saying
What
with
I say
husband,
is, don't write gratitude to fix a problem.
not to
Because
fix.
then again,
Yes.
expectations are there, no?
No,
See,
for alignment.
many
For alignment, you're
many
saying. No?
parts in Ashmin ma'am's teachings are, many things are in duality.
Yeah.
But right? So
Yeah.
it doesn't mean it's wrong. But if you want to move to a place where it happens even more seamlessly, see, now you're basically trying in that space where they talk, right? They're more trying to control the outcome. They say, if I want this, then I will continue to keep pushing gratitude in this space so that it'll all work for me. But in the space of duality, what happens? The more you keep going towards positive, the negative will also increase in our life. We will never be, because our head is turned towards this side, we never saw that outside our awareness, something else is also increasing. Like in our Earth's experiment itself, the boundaries were created, but nobody thought that we'll jump to third because the energies were shifting. Nobody realized that at all until it actually happened. So in our life also, in duality, it is the way duality is arranged is that's dimension. Both have to be in balance. There is no way it cannot be in balance. So good and bad have to be in balance. If you go think this is good and you keep going towards this side, if you keep going towards this side, which means let's say this is going down, this will also eventually balance out. Somewhere else negative will increase in your life. And again, you'll run towards fixing this. Then again, you'll run towards fixing this. Then again, run towards fixing this. So you are basically in the same space. So what we say is, do gratitude in general. Don't expect any changes. Do gratitude to inculcate the habit of gratitude inside you so that you live a life of gratitude in every single aspect of your life. And that is human. To be grateful is human. Once you become even more, once you go towards that divinity, towards Narayan state, then there is no gratitude. You are already in that state of awareness. You just are with this object, experiencing it. There is no gratitude in your mind. That subconsciously gratitude is there. Now you're not actually telling, I'm thankful, I'm thankful. That is not there. You've gone beyond that gratitude. But for that, we need to cross gratitude. And for that, you need to stop. You should stop expecting results. Do it unconditionally. Then whenever it has to work, it will work. See, for one of the cases that I had a lot of jealousy on one of these persons. And I knew that I need to work on this jealousy. But it did not go. Even if I tried to eliminate the jealousy, or let's say I would try to put gratitude into that person, try to find out all the good things about that person, why I should not be jealous, kind of thing. Some idea would come and it would go away. That feeling would go away. But it was a very short-lived. Why? Because I did it with expectations. I did it with an expectation because I was uncomfortable with the feeling of jealousy inside me. So I did it with expectation that it should go away. It did not go away. And then at one point, I accepted that jealousy is, even though I have jealousy, I'm still that Paramatma. I'm still full. I'm still that Purna. Then I accepted jealousy. And then I said, done. I'm done with jealousy. Thank you, jealousy, all that I told. And then I dropped my ego of wanting to be jealous. And then it actually transformed, completely transformed. I dropped my ego. I dropped that aspect of I wanted to take her place kind of thing. They are in the limelight, I'm not in the limelight. Those kinds of feelings were there in the past. So then I dropped that wanting to be in the limelight itself. Because I didn't need that space. It was just the ego wanted to be in that space. So it takes time, okay? It is not
How many times,
one thing might take 1 year, some things might take 2 years, some things might take half a year, some things might take 1 month, some things might take 2 days. So each aspect in our life will take different periods. So we will never know which will take long. We just have
so
to
we
be
just
patient
have to
moment to moment.
accept only, no? What you're saying? Just
Huh.
accept.
Accept that it is necessary in your life. And you should just question, okay, how will this jealousy look like? You should be more, if you are in the state of observing, then you can observe your jealousy. But then if you're not in the state of observing, then at least you should start with acceptance. Then you can write gratitude. In general, you can write gratitude. Keep doing, keep doing, keep doing. Even focused gratitude also you can do, but not with the state that, "Oh, I should do gratitude because it should go away, this should go away, it should not be like that. Yeah, I have accepted this. I'll do gratitude in general, even that area, whatever it is. Whenever it wants to go, let it go. But for that sake, I'm not doing like 20,000 gratitudes just so that it goes away tomorrow. It will come because you are in duality. Some other thing will get imbalanced. I mean, it's a journey, I would say, because there is so much to learn in this life, the way of living in this life, that we will never know this is the right way to go, kind of thing. We just have to go with that. So that's why we say increase your intuition. For that, surrender, acceptance, and all. If you start working on that, slowly, intuition will improve, and then that inner answers, inner to-dos, and everything will continuously come. Then it's easier. Life is more easier. Then you'll exactly know what to do, at least to some extent. Cue the magic, all that will happen more. Yeah, that chapter will happen more. The more of those last chapters are more intuitive chapters. Okay.
Smita, I have one question. Maybe, if it's a time you can choose to answer in the subsequent session also, or, So, if we are talking about, let's say, meditation, exercise, even your music classes you were mentioning, or chanting, all of these. Let's say for a person who wants to, inculcate in their daily life, based on your experience, in terms of adopting the discipline, is it like, a specific time? Yes, every day, no matter what, I do this. Or if you could throw some light on discipline, or how do you adopt on an everyday basis, that will also be helpful, Smita.
Depends on what you're getting attracted to and how much you want to do it, how much you like to do it. It's not about should. You should actually like to do something. If you like to do puja, you should find ways of doing puja nicely. If you like to do something, and if something would have come into your life, meditation, or something would have come into your life in terms of sattva, right? That you should like and do it. If you say I should do this because this benefit will come. If you're not getting connected to that and you're trying to force yourself, then you're just wasting your time.
It's a natural process of
It's a natural
liking
process.
something and
You just
doing.
cannot
It's
look
not
at somebody and say, "Oh, I need to
this
become like
time
her
or that
overnight."
time.
You're just looking at the tip of the iceberg. What I have done is maybe 10 years worth of work.
Sure.
Ma'am, but is there any hello? Ma'am, I am not getting time these days to watch your videos that of magic book or something. So is there some mental or some exercise which I can do? Because I really want to feel that universal love. Like whenever I meditate, then also I just one thing I wish to evolve, and I want to feel that unconditional love of God. Like once or twice I felt it was another level of experience, and I want to feel it every moment. I'm clueless which exercise or what yardsticks to follow, because I have a very big family, and at a time there are always 10 to 11 people in the house.
So I'll
So
tell you one
obviously
thing. Your family only is your area of growth.
yes ma'am, that is
Okay,
the
whatever
only
experiences are coming from your family, wahan pe, if you're basically in oneness state, you are growing there itself.
ma'am,
You have to clear all your first 3 chakra blocks through that. God cannot be an option, one of the options. God has to be the only option. And when there comes a time when God is your only option, then you will be interested to go on the path where you'll be. And at that time, trust me, your family members also will become less, or they'll probably go on their own or something like that. It's like your children will grow up, they'll go off. Maybe some people will go off on separate families. You will be alone. You'll have a lot of time to spend on that space because you have already worked a lot on yourself when the family was around you. Like when you have, let's say, small babies, your entire karma yoga is on your baby only. You can't think of dhyana yoga or bhakti yoga or something at that time. In the Bhagavad Gita, karma yoga is the first 6 chapters. Only if you master karma yoga and you see God and oneness in every single family member that you have, and you take all of that and put it as a lesson to your good learning, then only you will be able to go to the next chapter. If just because somebody told meditation doesn't mean you'll be able to go to meditation. What Patriji would have generally told is, if you do meditation, you will also understand from Swadhyay that karma yoga is important. He was the only one who wrote Bhagavad Gita also. He believes in karma yoga also. See, somewhere, obviously at that level, he won't be able to like sit and answer like this to people, no? He can give you one fundamental thumb rule and hope that they'll all work out in that way. Because he's not controlling at soul level and all that, right? So ultimately, karma yoga is the key. When you are busy, it obviously means that you need to be busy with that and make that as your battleground.
Ma'am, the problem is that earlier there were 17 people, like they are reduced to 10. But my problem is I don't feel like sitting between them. I cannot sit between them.
Because you
I
don't
do
like
the
yourself. See, you need to accept yourself. You need to sit in front of the mirror and list down at least 10 good qualities about yourself. Ego ka nahi. Truly good qualities. You'll probably find it very difficult. And are you able to sit with yourself? Let's say you want to sit with yourself to grow, become something else, that is a different thing. Just sit with yourself, just be with yourself. It will probably become very difficult because you are judging yourself also, no? Ask yourself how much you judge yourself. Ye nahi karti main, wo nahi karti, I'm not doing meditation, I'm not doing this, I'm not doing this. That is again complaining about yourself. So when we complain about ourselves, we are not happy with ourselves. We are not happy with the way we are at this moment. Then obviously all these other people in front of you are showing you the obstacles that you have inside you to go through that path. All your family members are your reflections. They are not separate. That is why you need to serve them. बहुत serving करेंगे तो बहुत answers मिलेगा. That much we can work on ourselves and evolve. The moment you are at peace with your family members, like you have come to a zero state of, and there is no complaint at all about your family members, it's only gratitude, then you have basically moved on to the next state. Until then, work on your family only. Meditation will not help, nothing will help. But what will help is maybe some naam jap or something like that, which will help you basically just chant God's name. That sound will only keep helping you grow. And then some amount of at least listening to Bhagavad Gita while you're, let's say, working on your stuff, or maybe Guru Granth Sahib Ji if you're a Sikh. All of those things you can keep listening to, and over a period of time, somewhere it'll all fit in. See, you should definitely get the knowledge to understand how do I make my karma with my family, karma yoga. That much you should get knowledge. Otherwise, you will suffer. You will think that they're all giving me a problem and why am I living like this? I'm living like a victim. To move from victim consciousness to basically an empowered, some intelligence is helping me do all these, helping me so much grow so much with all these people around me. That attitude has to come, means you need knowledge. That much of knowledge you definitely need. But if you're not making time for that knowledge, then suffering is the only option. Because ignorance definitely leads to suffering. No, I'm just saying, that is the usual default option. And I don't have time. You have plenty of time. You are already with great teachers. See that book, I'll tell you which book is that. sorry, not this. Just a minute, I'll tell you. This book called Miracle of Mindfulness. Thich Hat Hanh.
Okay.
Okay, he wrote this book called The Miracle of Mindfulness. In that second chapter or first chapter, he says, in every single thing you have scope of evolving, because everything is a new now moment. Some master or the other is going to keep giving you experiences to show you what this you have to change, that you have to change, you have to work on this, you have to work on this. So then you have to just drop your desires, drop your expectations, drop your likes, drop your rag, dvesh, all that. If you follow some of these simple concepts from first 6 chapters of Bhagavad Gita, you can easily move over these things, because they will stop showing you your obstacles. You will start seeing obstacles in yourself. The moment they stop showing you obstacles, you have gone to the next level. Then only you will get meditation and other things, because now you're working on yourself. They'll stop showing you. You will only see inside yourself. That level will come, because from the outside, the level is next is inside. Your awareness will go from there to next here. So in that it says every single moment is basically your time only. Every single moment is you are Arjun. Bhagavad Gita is already inside you, or that knowledge is already there somewhere. And you have to fight the battles which are all the Kaurava clan and everybody are the doshas that are inside you only. One has attachment, one has arrogance, one has something else, greed and this and that and all that. Everything is inside us only. And once we are able to win that war, which is what we are doing here. So your Kurukshetra is your family only. 10 people are plenty to help you grow.
And there were 17 earlier. They reduced to
Do
10.
some jap or do some nitnayam or something like that, and just focus on some of these things. See, whatever you can do in between your activities, do it. But for that also, you need to show up. Like if you're doing jap, anushtrasan or something, then do it consistently. When you're doing your puja, when you're doing your work also, when you're doing cooking, this, that, whatever, also you can keep chanting, no? Let that mind be in chanting at that time. See, there also you're growing. Over a period of time, meditation will automatically happen to you. Whatever has to happen will happen, provided you put that integrity in this. Whatever you have current, that only is your gift.
Ma'am, this is so...
This is not my gift, something else is my gift.
Yes. And you're so true, ma'am. So true. Like like my life was hell. I came this far doing jobs. They helped me a lot. And I stopped doing jobs. That is also true. I started meditating, and now again I'll switch back to jobs. They helped me a lot.
See, give jap that 100%. Sometime at some point in your life, it will automatically happen, because jap will help you to become more disciplined, to connect, look at people more as experience givers, more than blaming, complaining and all that. When you look at them more as postmasters giving you a message, then that jap is actually going to help you. Along with that, see if you can listen to Bhagavad Gita, first 6 chapters, very powerful. It will help you grow a lot faster.
Ma'am, I listen from where, ma'am? I have Bhagavad Gita. It is elaboration, but that is not enough. Because
Holy Bhagavad Gita, I think Yogananda's Bhagavad Gita book is also very nice. My sister told me, I have not read. But holybhagavadgita.org, there is one website. You can take a look at that also. Okay.
Thank you.
Chalo, I need to close the call now, because 5 o'clock I have to go for music class. Okay.
Thank you.
so
Thank
much,
you, Smita.
Smita.
so
Thanks,
much.
everybody.
Yeah, bye.
Thanks
Thank
for
you. Thank you very
family.
much.
And happy
Thank
Deepavali.
Diwali.
Happy
Happy
Diwali to
Diwali.
everyone. Yeah,
Yeah.
bye.
You too.